So I'm back on I'm back on the grind for today's stream, right? So again, we're starting with this the 1% mindset, you know. Um and then we have word coach, and then we have SAT vocabulary, Quizlet. We have SAT math, SAT reading. So we're gonna start with the first video. So to actually study, you need to have good mindset, right? So studying hard is not for the weak. So we're gonna start with that, and then vocabulary like usual, and then math and reading like usual. So without further ado, let's get started.
Hey there. Before we dive in, if you're ready to transform your life, hit that subscribe button and join our community of growth and motivation. Now let me tell you something right now. The difference between where you are and where you want to be is all about mindset. The 1% mindset. It's the way you see the world. It's the way you face challenges. It's the way you think when times are tough. That's what makes the 1% different from the rest. It's not the money in the bank. It's not the connections they have. It's the choices they make every single day. Let me be real with you. We all get 24 hours in a day. Just like Bill Gates, just like Elon Musk, just like that person you look up to. What are you doing with your 24 hours? You see, the 1% don't waste their time. They don't let distractions pull them away from their goals. They don't spend hours scrolling through social media. They don't get lost in pointless gossip. They know what they want, and they are willing to put in the work every single day. You know, most people think that success is about talent or luck. They think that the 1% were born with something special, something that others just don't have. But let me tell you the truth. It's not about being the smartest person in the room. It's not about being the most talented. It's about consistency. The 1% mindset is about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the work when nobody is watching, when nobody is applauding, when nobody even believes in you. It's easy to put in the work when things are going well, when life is smooth. But can you keep pushing when the obstacles come, when the setbacks hit, when you feel like everything is against you? The 1% understand one simple thing. Growth happens outside of comfort. They understand that if you want something you've never had, you have to be willing to do something you've never done. Most people want the reward, but they don't want the struggle. They want the success, but they don't want the sacrifice. But the 1%, they embrace the struggle. They know that the challenges they face today are the training ground for the strength they'll need tomorrow. They are willing to invest in themselves, in their education, in their health, in their mindset, because they know the return on that investment is a life that most people only dream of. The 1% mindset is not just about financial success. It's about being the best version of yourself in every aspect of your life. It's about being the best parent, the best partner, the best leader. It's about living a life that's true to your values, a life that inspires others, a life that leaves a legacy. The 1% don't settle for mediocrity. They don't settle for good enough. They strive for greatness, not because they want the recognition, but because they know they are capable of more, and they refuse to waste their potential. You've got to understand this. There's no magic formula. There's no secret to success that only the 1% know. The truth is, it's simple, but it's not easy. It's about discipline. It's about resilience. It's about getting up one more time than you fall. It's about making sacrifices today so you can enjoy the rewards tomorrow. Most people quit when things get hard. Most people settle when they face resistance. But the 1%, they push through. They keep going. They find a way. Let me share a story with you. Imagine a bamboo tree. When you plant a bamboo tree, you have to water it and nurture it every single day. For years, you see nothing. No growth, no sign that anything is happening. You keep watering, you keep nurturing, and still, nothing. But you keep going. And then, one day, the bamboo tree shoots up, sometimes growing as much as 90 feet in just a few weeks. All that time, the bamboo was growing roots, building a foundation, preparing for that moment of explosive growth. And that's how it is with the 1% mindset. You put in the work, you keep going, even when you don't see the results right away, because you know that eventually you will break through. You've got to train your mind to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You've got to believe in yourself when nobody else does. You've got to be willing to put in the work, day in and day out, even when it feels like you're not making progress. Because the truth is, every small step you take, every small decision you make, is bringing you closer to your goals. It's not about massive leaps. It's about those tiny, consistent actions that compound over time. The 1% know that greatness is not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every day. It's about habits. It's about routines. It's about the little things that add up to something extraordinary. You see, success is not a single event. It's a process. It's not about one big moment. It's about all the small moments that lead up to it. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when you want to quit, because that's what separates the 1% from the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to make a choice. Are you going to be part of the 99%, or are you going to step up and become part of the 1%? Are you going to let excuses hold you back, or are you going to take responsibility for your life and go after what you want? The 1% mindset is about ownership. It's about understanding that no one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. You are responsible for your own success. You are responsible for your own happiness. And you have everything you need within you to make it happen. Most people live their lives waiting for the perfect moment. They wait for the right time, the right opportunity, the right person to come along and make everything better. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is no right time. There is only now. The 1% understand this. They don't wait for life to happen to them. They make life happen. They take action. They create opportunities. They make decisions, and they move forward. They understand that the only way to achieve their goals is to take action, to keep moving, to keep striving, no matter what. So I challenge you today. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the right opportunity, for someone to give you permission, for someone to believe in you. The 1% don't wait. They create. They take action. They bet on themselves. They take risks. They make sacrifices, and they keep moving forward no matter what. Because they know that at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is whether or not they gave it their all. And here's something else you need to know. Failure is part of the journey. The 1% fail more than anyone else because they're willing to try more than anyone else. They don't see failure as the end. They see it as a lesson, as an opportunity to grow, as a stepping stone on the path to success. They understand that every failure brings them one step closer to success. They embrace failure, they learn from it, and they use it to get better. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to become part of the 1%. But it starts with your mindset. It starts with the choices you make every single day. It starts with deciding that you are worthy of success, that you are capable of greatness, and that you will do whatever it takes to get there. Let me ask you this. What do you really want? What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of impact do you want to make? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? The 1% have a clear vision of what they want. They know what they're working towards. They have goals, they have dreams, and they are willing to do whatever it takes to make them a reality. They don't let fear hold them back. They don't let doubt stop them. They don't let obstacles stand in their way. They have a vision, and they go after it with everything they've got. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to stop settling. It's time to step up. It's time to embrace the 1% mindset and start living the life you know you are capable of. The journey won't be easy, but I promise you this, it will be worth it.
All right, so now when you look at this, right? Now that the video has been played, let's do the rest of these sections, right? We got vocabulary and then math and then reading. We're gonna finish all of this today, right? Let's study, right? Synonym of jump is gonna be leap. Just go through it. Esoteric, esoteric. Okay, so I guess widely popular known to this. Esoteric does it relate to popularity? I don't think it means irrelevant. Something that's esoteric. Yeah, it just felt like it. I don't know. Opposite of fast, slow. Okay. Easy is simple. Sagacity. Sagacity. So, sagacity, it sounds like sage-like, right? It has a similar thing. So it could be wisdom. Synonym of polite. Polite is like you're courteous, right? That's a synonym. That makes sense. Important is gonna be valuable or essential, right? Crucial, right? What's crucial? That's more essential. Is valuable means it has a lot of value. Essential, like I don't know why they would do this type of stuff because they all mean something very similar. Antonym, antonym. There we go. Trivial. I need to read more carefully. I can't find my blank. I need to open the door. Can't find my key. Scientists finding have been widely acknowledged makes sense. Addressed means like you're addressing something, but widely acknowledged means like you're ubiquitous, present everywhere. Quiet synonym. Synonym for quiet is going to be silent. Panegyric. Panegyric to his mentor. His speech was panegyric. What does that mean? Was a panegyric. Pan means kind of like if you're panning through something, that means you have a lot of options. You have a lot of options. So that gyric, I'm not sure exactly. Warning, criticism, explanation, praise. I don't think it was an explanation to his mentor. Oh, praise. Okay, fair. That's good within the context. She showed aplomb. That's going to be calm. Calm during stress. That's aplomb. An antonym of ancient is going to be ancient's like modern, right? So antonym. It's gonna be modern. Alleviate, right? Synonym of alleviate. So you're getting rid of an irritant, right? So it's not gonna be irritate. It's not gonna be complicated. It's gonna be ease. What is similar to cold chili? Synonym of funny. Huh, that's hilarious, right? Um, which word means the study of numbers? It's gonna be study of numbers, mathematics. Wait, let me see if I can add something to the layout. Let's add chat. Okay, well, uh, let's add chat here or something. Check it once in a while. Short message here. Alright, I want to see the messages, so I'll just add that. Okay, what is the meaning of careful? You are cautious, right? You're not being reckless. Lugubrious. So brious kind of like uh something lugubrious. Mm, lucrative means like you have a lot of money. So lugubrious, you're full of something. I'm assuming because cheerful and jubilant mean very similar things. Mournful could be the word. Yeah, it's when you have two things that are synonyms and different words. That's different. You should always go for that different one. Synonym of abstain. Yeah, it's gonna be indulge. Oh, synonym. Oh, that's not good. Antonym of love is gonna be hate. I always have to look. Is it synonym, antonym, or what? What do you use to brush your teeth? Okay, that's really easy. Lucid. Lucid is like when you are awake and conscious and you can do stuff. You're not a prisoner in your mind, and it's like when you're not in a state of paralysis where you can think but your body can't do anything, right? You're not in a vegetative state. What is an antonym of lucid? Antonym of that is going to be confused. You're not there mentally, right? My 3-day holiday cost me an arm and a leg. Yeah. Mm, okay, fair enough. 22 out of 25, not. Best result we got so far, but not that bad. The absolute opposite. Okay, after this, right? After this, tomorrow for the video, we're going to, if I don't forget, we're gonna look at vocabulary, like common roots, that are used, like maybe pathy or ism or some stuff like that. And we're gonna look at common ones that most words have. So you can kind of decipher um what the word means without actually knowing what the word means. You can kind of do that with word roots and word prefixes and suffixes, right? So we might look into that next time. But the absolute opposite. Antiseptic just means like it's it's kind of like no bacteria or something like that. Antipathy, antagonism. Mm, Antithesis, okay. Intense uneasiness. Intense uneasiness. It's intense, right? You're uneasy, okay? That means anxiety could be not so severe. So panic is intense. Um, okay. Lacking concern, emotion. I think apathetic, right? That makes sense. fictitious, false, wrong. I can't even pronounce that. Inspiring, shock, horror, disgust. Appalling. It's appalling. To calm, to satisfy. It's gonna appease or satiate. To calm. Right? Satiating doesn't mean calming. It means you're feeding something or you are doing something to satiate something. But calming something, it's appease. You're calming. To assess the worth or value of a praise, right? The value of something, that's a praise. The absolute opposite, antithesis, the absolute opposite. Intense uneasiness. Intense uneasiness is going to be anxiety. Okay, we've done our vocab, I would say, for the day. Antithesis, absolute opposite, anxiety, you're stressed. Apathetic, you are not. Pathos, I'm not 100% sure, actually. Let's go. Lacking concern. Apocryphal, forgot that. It's fictitious, false, okay. Appalling, it's like, it's gross, basically. Appease is like, you're appeasing something, you're like, calming down the fire. You're calming something. Praise, assess value. So, go back, antithesis, absolutely opposite. Anxiety is just stressful. Apathetic is you don't have lacking emotion, I guess. Yeah, lacking concern, emotion. Apocryphal. I'm probably a bad pronunciation, but apocryphal. I don't know. Apocryphal. Whatever it is, it's probably lacking something. I forgot. Fictitious. Okay, it's wrong. Apocryphal. Okay, that's wrong. Apocryphal's wrong. Okay, let's move on now. Okay, this is gonna be SAT math. So remember, when you have SAT math, always pull up. Always pull up Desmos. Okay, Desmos is your friend. It's gonna save you when you need it. Okay, so for a confined gas held at a constant temperature, you're holding it at a constant temperature. The given equation relates an initial pressure, initial volume, final pressure, and final volume. Which equations correctly expresses the initial volume of the gas in terms. So what this is saying is you need the initial volume by itself. So V1 by itself. So how do you do that? All you gotta do is divide by P1. And then you get V1 by itself. So P2 V2 over V1. P1. P2 V2 over P1. So that's gonna be the correct answer. Paper, scraper, ink. Okay, so first we look at the question, and then we go back in the word problem. Of the following, which combination of size in pounds and distance in miles would qualify for free delivery? So we can think of this kind of, I'm assuming it's a, what do you call it? System of equations, right? So we're gonna put it on here, see where they intersect, and that's pretty much it. Okay, it receives 0.39 for each pound of paper they shred. Okay. But it costs approximately 1.38 per mile to operate this truck. Any job that requires less than, okay, so they receive 0.39. They receive 0.39, okay, for each pound of paper they shred, but it costs them approximately 1.38 per mile to operate the truck. Any job that requires less than 200 miles of traveling. Okay, so what they're saying is less than 200 miles of travel and also nets at least 500 profit qualifies for free delivery. What would qualify for free delivery? Okay, so you can have two variables, right? Whoa. Okay, so two variables here. So we have 0.39 for each pound, but it costs them 1.38 per mile. So we're subtracting 1.38 per mile. And now, next we're saying that any job that requires less than 200 miles of travel. So when it's 200, so any job that requires less than 200, so we could make it an inequality. So it requires less than 200 miles of travel. So M minus 200, right? To M minus 200 because if you subtract 200, so it needs to be less. So M minus 200. So the amount of miles minus 200. So it's 0 and above. So Y is less than M minus 200. Y is less. Okay. Y is less than M minus 200. Sorry, Y is greater than minus 200. It needs to be actually less. So, yeah, it starts at 200 because it requires less than 200. So it actually needs to be less than. Yeah, so this is less than 200. And then here it's Y has to be, you need to net at least 500 in profit. So it needs to net at least 500 in profit. So it has to be greater than or equal to um rather P has to be greater than, I guess Y needs to be greater than or equal to 500 because of profit, right? It needs to have at least 500 profit qualifies for it. It also needs to net at least 500 in profit. I replace this with Y. So Okay, it's not greater than or equal to 500. It's greater than or equal to a 500 profit, which is going to be 0.39 p per pound. Um, gotta be p. So p- so 0.39 of pounds. Subtract subtract yeah, sorry, it's been a while since I did I'll it's been I'm very rusty at algebra, so this is why we're doing the stream here. I'm very rusty and I know it's a system equation while my brain is not uh thinking about it that much. Could also be that it's 11 p.m. So we're subtracting, okay. That we're subtracting $1.38 per mile to operate the truck, so per mile. Has to be greater than, has to be greater than or equal to 500. So this is not there. It's just these two systems. So we need to see, does this fit the inequality? And now I think we can replace it with y and x. So m is going to be x. So okay, so this is going to be, this we can figure it out, can't we? Can't we? I mean, with this we can figure it out. Sorry, it took me too long to do this. Okay. Y is going to be pounds, and X is going to be miles. So unfortunately, it doesn't satisfy both, right? System of inequalities, that's what this is. It doesn't satisfy both, it only satisfies one. Okay, what about 107 travel, but 1,500? Uh, this doesn't make the cutoff. Oh, nothing seems to make the cutoff. You say less than 200 miles travel. If it's 200, okay, whatever. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. Yeah, I want. Okay, I'm really. Wow. Okay, here's another thing, right? I could just do the ratio This is already bad, so these three are the only ones I could satisfy. So 1904366. Wow. That shows that I need to focus on it more. Yeah, this gotta be it. Okay. Okay, so they did something similar, but I did it completely wrong. Okay. This is weird. I don't like these. Okay. Yeah, we need to stop now. It's already gotten to 10:58, so I'm gonna stop streaming currently, but uh in the coming days hopefully I get better at SAT math with this. Okay, stop streaming I guess.